Cloudflare is currently a very promising stock that has recently reached a new all-time high. But whether this stock is now overbought or there's still higher prices to come is what we will try to figure out in this video. Hello and welcome to another video here at Bloomberg Capital. My name is Henrik and today we will be taking a look at Cloudflare. But what has been happening here? Actually, very recently, Cloudflare has published their third quarterly earnings of the year, and the numbers were actually quite promising. Their revenue jumped up to a bit over $562 million. In comparison, last year it was only $430 million, so quite a big jump to the upside. But at the same time, they decreased their net losses from 15.33 million down to 1.29 million. So also there, quite a good improvement. And while they are still losing money, also at the same time, they're investing quite a bit of money into their own infrastructure for future growth. Especially recently, there's been a lot of investment into the new AI sectors to take advantage of the new technologies there. So Cloudflare is certainly a dynamic company that is willing to adapt. And while increasing their investments into the infrastructure, have managed to decrease their net losses by quite a bit and managed to grow quite a bit. So all in all, very good numbers. But let's take a look at the chart and see what we can tell from that. And here we see the Cloudflare chart, and we can see the new all-time high that is formed here, surpassing the high all the way back here from 2021. And we see that in the last couple of years, we've had quite a good rise here in price that has actually been accelerating a little bit. So you can see that initially here we had a bit of a sideways phase, and then we had these rises here, and we can see that each of these rises actually carries more and more momentum and comes up faster and faster, which is obviously a very good sign for future price development, if we assume that this trend continues. But if we add our analysis, then we can see that this upwards trend here fits quite nicely into this price channel. And currently we are sitting at the top of this price channel. Now you could say that this is a sign that Cloudflare is currently overbought, and that is due for a return back to the bottom of the price channel, as we have seen already here and here. But actually we think that this scenario right here is quite a bit different than it was here and here. And actually we could be seeing a new trend forming that will leave this price channel. And if we take a closer look at this price structure, then we can definitely see why. Because if we look back here and here, we saw the price only very briefly surpassed the price channel and then trended back down into it. But now price actually managing to hold at the top of the price channel and is consolidating along it. And price actually is not managing to push back down into the price channel and back to the bottom of it, which is obviously a very good sign. So what we would actually expect is the formation of a new trend that will then extend up from this price channel. And the new quarterly report from a couple of days ago could be a good catalyst for this, as we saw quite a big price increase after it. Yes, prices come down again after it, but that's not a bad sign necessarily. And what we would actually expect is a bit more consolidation along here, and then the formation of the new trend, which will then bring us quite a bit higher. And actually, as we've already talked about, we saw that the uptrends here have actually been gaining momentum and have been getting stronger. And we would expect a similar thing to occur here, in that this upwards trend in totality should be of similar size, maybe even greater than this one. So that would mean quite a lot of room to the upside. But still, there will be quite a few people worried about the state of Cloudflare being overbought. But we have a very clear figure to watch out for here, and that is these two lows here. So if we see the price now does not consolidate and push higher, but actually pushes further down back into the price channel, then we can see that that's not a good sign, but still not the end of the world. But if we see the price actually manage to push below these lows here, then we can be pretty certain that the momentum that has been building here is slowly fading, which would mean that we will either enter a bit more of a sideways phase here, or maybe, as we've seen in the previous cases, price actually does return back to the bottom of the price channel. But as long as these two lows here stand, then there's a good chance the price actually does push higher here and does so with quite a lot of momentum and quite a bit of size of a move. But if you want to have a bit more help in managing your investment into Cloudflare, then you can check out the description down below. There you'll find a link to our free Discord, where we offer analysis on over 180 assets, on stocks like Cloudflare, but also precious metals and cryptocurrencies. So if you're interested, check it out down below. In general, I hope this video was helpful, and until next time, here at Bloomberg Capital.